shakalaka, bitches. This is Dutchtommy Podcast. If you're on the wrong channel, you need to stop it right now. We've got foul language, silly shit, obscene shit, gross shit, and some interesting shit coming up. But it's all going to be pretty much shit. Enjoy the ride. I'll be your guide on this tour of shit. That's it. That's right. The Dutchtommy Podcast. The most brilliant dumbass on the planet. And let's start. Good morning, you glorious bastards. Dutchtommy coming to you live-ish from Suita, Osaka, Japan. So if you don't know me, I'm 50-something, overweight, a food addict. I've broken most of the bones in my body, and I've hit my head quite a few times. So my shit ain't right. So anyway, today I'm doing my walking for Discipline December. Thank you. Shout out to Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan Podcast, Joe Rogan everything. Joe Rogan for president. Fuck yeah! And today I'm going to talk about why fiber powder is so important. All right. Fiber taken with adequate water. They're a pair. Fiber goes with water. Water goes with fiber. It's critical. If you think I'm joking, look at nature. Okay, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a licensed doctor. I'm not a licensed health guy. I'm not a licensed gym nut. I'm just a fucking weird, funny, silly person. Okay, that's it. I'm just some guy who's had some really fucking amazing life experiences, and I like hearing the sound of my own voice. Yes, good morning, Mr. Crow. How you doing? I'm in the park. So I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just an expert on being fat. I'm learning and trying to do my best to figure out how not to be fat and how to be fucking healthy, so I have the next 50 years of my life will be fucking awesome. If you look at nature, you will see that fiber and water come as a set. You bite into an apple, what's in there? Oh, lots of fiber, lots of nutrition, and water. What? Wait, what? Fiber and water. One of the things cool about apples is that they have caffeine in them. Got the fiber, got the water, and it'll fucking wake you up. And you're lucky enough to live in a place that's got organic apples. Kid you not, you need to eat them every single fucking day. So when you eat them in the morning, it wakes you up and gives you fiber. Starts everything in your engine moving. So in 2011, on November 11th, I had been fasting off and on for a couple days at a time up until that day in the spring and summer of 2011. In March 11th, 2011, the Fukushima reactor nuclear power plant meltdown. Tsunami happened, which was very traumatic, and we felt it even down here in Osaka. I was so fat that I walked into a toilet on the day that it happened, the time that it happened. I walk in the toilet. I'm on the third floor of a building, and it's got concrete floors, bolted. The toilets are bolted into the floor. And I remember stepping in the toilet, because I've been holding it all day because I was teaching a preschool class and we've been to the aquarium. I step in the toilet and the water in the toilet bowl is washing around. I'm thinking, God damn, I'm fat. That, coupled with the trauma of Fukushima, I think are kind of linked in my head somehow. So I started fasting a little bit off and on. And then I read a book called The Art of Being and Becoming by Hazrat Inayat Khan. And the book talks very eloquently about unfolding of the human spirit towards its original condition. Khan's idea is that we all come to Earth and we have this body and this life and this experience, and we get folded, creased, damaged, tainted, discolored. And that process can be and needs to be reversed if we are to be happy. So the idea is that the unfoldment of the human spirit towards its original condition, which is, at one point I thought godlike, but now I'm realizing more and more that that's not the way it is. But that's for a different day. So part of the purification process is getting the toxins out of your body, and that's what has to do with fiber. That's what we're talking about, fiber. Part of the purification process requires removal of whatever is not natural to the body. Cancer is not natural. Sickness is not natural. These are not things that are natural to the human body. So the first step is physical cleanliness in his book, according to him. And of course there's emotional, spiritual levels and societal levels and communication with people. The first step, however, is cleanliness. And I thought, wow, yeah, it makes sense. It really, really touched me. And I read that line, Safa, the base word for Sufi, means free from any pollution, free from any taint. And he said that the goal of Sufism was the unfoldment of the human spirit towards its original condition. So unfoldment of the spirit towards its original condition to me, had a major impact, and I started fasting. And I told myself just for a day or two on November 11th, 2011. What started off as a couple days, turned into a week. That turned into a month, and then a year and a day. I fasted from November 11th to November 12th, 2012. It's all on my Facebook page if you want to go look it up. It was a big deal. It changed my life. I had a lot of very interesting experiences while doing it. Part of the experiences were positive, some negative, some shocking, but it was ultimately extremely transformative, positive. When I say fast, I had only protein powder, water, and vitamins. No food, none, zero. I had zero cheats, zero fucking mistakes, which still freaks me out. I'm on day 12 of Discipline December, and I fucking cheated 3 times. I had a major binge at 2 in the morning on the 3rd night, and then the 6th night, and then the 9th night, you know? Fucking embarrassing. I fucking hate myself for that shit. But I found that going back and reading Khan's work every day, exercising every day, is going to help, because each one of those binges, the first one was bad, the second one was less, the third one was even less than that, so I'm getting better, but I need to get it. Just today I need to be perfect. Fiber is an integral part of the fast, and lots of water. When I mean lots of water, I mean 3 liters to 4 liters per day, depending on your size. As an adult, minimum of 2, probably 3, so that you can move converted calories and your fat out of your body. Trapped inside your fat cells are also, sorry, by the road, it's really loud. Trapped inside your fat cells are also trapped inside your fat cells are toxins, junk that you stored as fat, your body chose to store as fat. Scientists have recently shown that, not conclusively, but they're quite sure that the types of bacteria that you have in your gut will predict whether or not your food will be stored as brown fat or white, or disposed of, broken down. So your gut bacteria is really critically important. One of the ways you can keep good gut bacteria is with good water and fiber, and by not even eating shit in the first place. The more you feed bad bacteria in your gut, the worse it gets. So what we need to do when we fast, especially, to have lots of fiber that will pair with and help pull out toxins in your body. What fiber does is it goes in your mouth, goes through your system, and is not digested. It gets down to the intestines, and the gut bacteria says, oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it looks like a log, man. Oh, what the fuck that is? Let's go jump it. And there's special bacteria in your body that will go jump on that log, that fiber, in the mucus on the inside of your intestine, and get flushed out with it. They'll cover it and coat it with mucus so it moves through and doesn't stop. So they'll slowly try to eat and break down that item, and it'll get flushed out the system. It helps chelate some of the other toxins in your body. This is important when you're fasting, because your body's breaking down a lot of fat. So you have to have fiber, you have to have water. On my year-long fast, one of the things that happened was I was horrendously constipated. In August of 2012, summer barbecue for preschool, I was really lean and tired and dizzy, and I was constipated so badly that I literally, and this is so gross, I had to physically stick a finger up my ass and pull the poop out. It was, oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, sorry. It was traumatic for me. It was so gross. And I was already taking fiber, but, ooh, that was really gross. But I didn't take enough, so what I had to do was go back and, I had to pull it out. It was traumatic. I was washing my hands in trauma for days. It's really gross. I mean, I really literally, as a bouncer, I beat the shit out of people. I was covered in blood, but I had no problem with that. But pulling shit on my own ass, that was traumatizing. I started adding more and more water, more and more fiber, and there's a point when you start getting really lean, you need to consistently have fiber, and you need to add good bacteria, because you're not putting good bacteria in your body, you're just eating protein powder, which will help most of the bacteria in your body die off, but it'll probably die off as a percentage. So it means that it'll still be that the bad stuff is still there that you cultivated for 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking years of your life. You grew this forest in your gut of bad bacteria by feeding it trans fats, sugars, meat, dairy, all the shit that you don't need, that's bad for your body. And I eat meat. I love bacon. It's like the number one thing. When I got off my fast, the first thing I had was, in Japanese we have something called sanmai-niku. Sanmai-niku is pork belly sliced quarter, maybe a third of an inch thick, and it's soaked in Japanese sake, brown sugar, shoyu, and other secret stuff. And it is so tender, it melts in your mouth, and I tell you, it just brings tears to your eyes. But by eating all the shitty food that we eat, you're growing a forest in your stomach. And there's some evidence now that mothers pass on their bacteria to their children. Now, it's interesting, it's most important. One of the most important facts about your gut is that it also produces the chemicals that you required in your brain. So if your brain requires serotonin or something to make you happy and keep you from freaking out, keep you emotionally balanced and stable, it body's not going to be capable of doing that if it's not running correctly. That's right. A lot of doctors are looking at gut bacteria because they suspect that it's a major player in mental illness. Why is there such a numerous amount of mental illness in the United States now? We're the richest, most powerful country with the highest quality of life, if not the highest, one of the highest. You guys got a great life, you just don't know it. Do they also have the highest, levels of mental illness? Why is everybody zoning, Xanaxing out and shit? Well, in my opinion, gut bacteria. You guys are eating all that bad shit, and it's freaking you the fuck out, and it'll eventually kill Americans off. Either you keep reproducing until everyone eats the planet till it's dead, or people fucking wake up. Your gut bacteria is a garden that you have with you your whole life, and you need to make sure that you take care of it. So fiber and water, especially on a fast, are critical to your success. They are critical to your mood balancing. And what I've noticed when I fast and I have no sugar and I don't partake of any of that shit, after 3 or 4 days, my brain and my life is very calm. And I'm not so hyper, I'm not so crazy. When you're fasting, you need to make sure that you take care of your fiber and your water intake. And you'll realize when you fast about 3 or 4 days, and you'll start to calm down. It's much easier to fall asleep. You're much calmer. Your sleep is much deeper, and your emotions are much steadier. There's less freakouts and panics and all that other shit. So fiber, or pick your own shit out of your own ass. All right, time is out. Thank you, you glorious bastards. Seriously, that was my first podcast I have ever done, and I really greatly appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I promise, I swear that I will get better each and every single time that I do it, and that I will address as many topics and issues or questions that anybody has. If you wanted me to talk shit about something, point me in a general direction, wind me up, and let me go and just watch the show. I swear to you, it will be worth your time. At least you'll be making fun of somebody else who's dumber. So if you need to have someone dumb in your life, that would be me. Thank you very much.